Okay.
Okay, so welcome to the Carteret County Public Schools CTE Leadership Team Meet and Greet. So we're going to start off today by introducing ourselves so that you can get to know each and every one of us. I'm going to start with myself. So my name is Kelly Hoff, and I have been in education for 19 years. I started out my first 16 years, I was a classroom teacher. I've been in my role now as the middle school CDC for the last 3 years, and I serve at Broad Creek, Newport, and Morehead City Middle School. So I'm going to go over to Amy now and let Amy introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Amy Mckay. I'm the CDC, or the Career Development Coordinator at West Carteret High School. I've been teaching or in education for 22 years. This is year 23. I started out teaching business education. I then was an ITF, or an instructional technology facilitator, and now I'm a Career Development Coordinator at West Carteret High School, and I serve West Carteret High School.
Okay, so now we'll go down to Pam Robertson.
Hi, my name is Pam Robertson. I am the Career Development Coordinator for East Carteret High School, Beaufort Middle School, and Down East Middle School. I've been in education since 2007. I came in lateral entry. I have a finance and business degree and started out the first 10 years of my career in banking and made the switch to education in 2007. That's it.
Okay, so now we're going to go over to Karen Davis.
Hi, my name is Karen Davis, and I am the Career Development Coordinator at Croatan High School. I have been in education since 2008. Much like Pam, I was lateral entry, and I have a degree in business management. I also started out working at a bank and then came to education. I started out at Grace Creek High School in Cumberland County, and then moved to Croatan High School back in 2014.
Okay, Crystal Bailey.
Hi, I'm Crystal Bailey, and I am the, let me think, Career Technical Education Curriculum Instructional Management Coordinator for Carteret County Public Schools. I too was lateral entry, and I started out, believe it or not, as a manager at Lady Foot Locker. Then I went to banking and stayed there until I went back to school and started my teaching career in Cumberland County at Jack Brett High School, and then moved back to Carteret County and started at Croatan. Then went to the instructional management coordinator position for the county and moved to East Carteret, where I was housed. And now I'm in the role of the instructional management coordinator as well here from the central office. That's it.
Okay, Allyson Dees.
Hi, I'm Allyson Dees. I am the CTE director. I oversee all of CTE 6 through 12 for Carteret County Public Schools. I have been in education. This would have been my 28th year. I did stay home 5 years with my children, and very thankful that I was able to do that. But education doesn't change, and I came quickly back to what I love and my passion. And I have worked for Beaufort County Schools, is where I started as a beginning teacher, and I worked in Onslow County. And then I had the opportunity to come to Carteret County, and I have been here since 2002, I believe, is when I came to Carteret County Schools. I taught at Croatan High School in business and marketing, and then I transitioned to a career development coordinator, and I served Croatan and West Carteret before entering the role I am in now. And I always am very passionate about children, and I love my team. They are fabulous.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about our roles in the schools that we serve. So I'll begin. At Broad Creek, we offer 2 CTE classes. I have a new one called College and Career Ready Labs that we have just introduced this school year. And then we also have Computer Science Discoveries, and they're offered to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students. We also offer CTSO in TSA and FBLA at Broad Creek Middle School. My other 2 schools, Newport Middle and Morehead City Middle School, we offer Project Lead the Way and the Computer Science Discoveries as well. So I'm going to go to Amy now.
Well, at West Carteret High School, we have several departments, as they are at also the other two high schools. We have agriculture, PLTW, which is drafting, excuse me, not drafting, it is engineering and drone. We have construction, which is carpentry, core. We have family consumer sciences, which is hospitality and culinary. We have marketing, which includes sports marketing. It also kind of overlaps into hospitality with the hospitality and also into entrepreneurship. We then have a business department or computer science. I kind of combine those together. And that includes everything from wealth management. It does include CET, which is computer engineering technologies. It includes programming. It also includes principles of business, things like that. And we have a health science department that has a health science realm versus, for example, nursing, medical, things like that. So we have those departments. One of the things we are excited about, we're getting ready to start our career academies. We have 2 of them. The first one we're going to start is our Health Science Academy. We tried to start this year, but obviously with the corona and that kind of thing, it didn't fell through because we obviously couldn't send them out in the community. So we have that. And so we'll start that next year, along with our hospitality career academy, which will be culinary and hospitality and tourism, which is definitely our area. We also have some clubs and organizations for students. We have FBLA, FCCLA, Skills, FFA, DECA, and I think that's all we have for that. And we, of course, have National Technical Honor Society, which I am in charge of, and I help the students with that.
Okay. Pam?
We serve at East Carteret pretty much the same classes that the other 2 high schools serve. We have our Family Consumer Science Department. We have 2 foods teachers. We offer business, which is turning into business, marketing, and hospitality pathway. I have a construction teacher, health sciences. One thing that makes East a little bit different from the other 2 schools is that we offer a welding program here on campus. We have a teacher that teaches our Welding 1 and Welding 2 class. And we also have a local course option here at East Carteret called Marine Trades, which is Marine Trades 1 and Marine Trades 2. We offer in our middle schools, so at Beaufort Middle School, I have Project Lead the Way. And then at Down East Middle School, we are offering the same College and Career Ready Lab this year, which is the hands-on lab for the middle school students, exploratory. This will be our first year, along with Broad Creek, that we will be offering that program. Very excited about that. I think that's going to be a great option for middle school students before they jump into the high school courses. And I don't think I left anyone out. Oh, we do have agriculture too. One thing about ag as well is we have our ag teacher also offers a program area called Sustainable Ag, which that's a course at East Carteret where the kids are out actually farming on a plot of land that we have behind the high school. So that's kind of a unique class that we offer as well.
Okay. Karen?
Right, well, at Croatan High School, we offer pretty much the same things that West Carteret and East Carteret offer. So we do have our business department where they teach principles of business, computer science principles, 1 and 2 in AP. We have our marketing where we teach sports marketing as well as hospitality and tourism and entrepreneurship. Our family and consumer sciences teachers teach culinary and hospitality as well as foods. We have Project Lead the Way that does engineering with one of their big classes being aerospace engineering that a lot of the kids or a lot of the students are interested in. And our ag program as well as our carpentry teachers. We do have student organizations, FBLA, DECA, FFA, FCCLA, Skills USA. We also teach health sciences. I think I left her out there for a second. And then we also offer NTHS, or National Technical Honor Society. And our classes at each of the high schools, you can take them as an honors class, or you can take them as standard level as well.
Okay. So all 4 of the career development coordinators try to share career exploration opportunities with students through guest speakers, apprenticeships, internships, job shadowing opportunities, off-site learning experiences. So students should go through that at middle schools and the high school level across the county. So now we're going to go to central office and see if they would like to share a little bit more about their role. So I'll start with Ms. Crystal Bailey.
Well, I oversee all of the testing that comes with the career and technical education programs. So whether it be the multiple choice testing or credentialing, so those are the things that I kind of keep track of and help with the schools with administering those. Also, I just wanted to add that I'm not sure if Amy brought up drone technology at West Carteret, and which I think is only offered at West Carteret, and it's a cool class. But that's about all. That's it.
Okay, Ms. Dees.
Well, I oversee all of the 6 through 12, and we are constantly looking at the local job market to determine the course offerings that we offer in our high schools and our middle schools. We have been transitioning the middle schools to more exploratory, as we have been very centered in just a business class or an engineering class. And so that is the reason for the 2 new labs, the Career and College Ready labs at Broad Creek and Down East Middle. Those classes mirror their feeder high school to give students a true exploratory experience so that they know what their interest is before they get to high school. And the only thing I think Ms. Robertson might have left out is our brand new electrical trades at East Carteret.
Yeah.
And we're very excited about that. That's the first time I think in the county that I can remember, even from when I was a teacher. We've never offered electrical trades. So we're very excited to expand our trade and industry pathways. And we continue, like I said, to look at the labor market to drive our enrollment. So it's not always about what kids, it's not always about what the teacher likes to teach, but more about what does our community need from us and how can we serve our community and put out students who will be gainfully employed after high school, or they can go on to higher education, then go to community college, or they can go to a 4-year. CTE is no longer just a place for students who don't have a college, don't think college is in their pathway. CTE is for every student, whether you're a 4-year college-bound student or you do just want to go to the workforce when you finish high school. But CTE is for everyone. There's always a place for you, and there's so many experiences that you can take a part of by being in a CTSO and competing at the regional or state level and even national levels. But CTE is for everyone.
I did leave off as well. East Carteret offers skills, and FFA are our 2 clubs that we have at the high school.
And NTH.
Yes, I do NTHS like the other CDCs. We all do that. Yep.
So now we're just going to have a little fun and get to know us. I'm going to ask a few questions. So I'm going to start with Miss Crystal Bailey. What did you want to be when you were small?
Well, I really wanted to be a teacher, believe it or not.
Okay. Miss Karen Davis, what about you? What did you want to be when you were a child?
Was totally that little girl who sat all her stuffed animals up in a row, and I taught them. I had a chalkboard and a bulletin board hanging on the wall in my room when I was a kid, so I wanted to be a teacher.
Okay. So now I'm going to move to another question. Miss Amy Mckay, what was your first job?
Oh my first job was actually in the tobacco field.
Oh,
I
very
worked
cool.
tobacco for my granddad. My granddad was a farmer, and so I worked tobacco. And that definitely meant I was going to get a job in the air condition and that was clean.
Okay.
But it was good money. Hard work, good money.
So my first job was at Southern National Speedway. I worked at a concession stand as a freshman and sophomore in high school because they would let me go on Saturdays, and my mom would drive me and drop me off and let me work. So that was my first job. Very interesting, very hot, like you said, and dealt a lot with the public and customers complaining.
Mhm.
So now I'm gonna go to Pam. What advice would you give your teen self from your role as a CDC?
Ooh. I think when I look back at high school, I don't remember having any conversations with any counselors or anyone about what my next step was. I felt like I was floundering along and didn't have a clue. I picked my finance degree because I was really good at math, and I thought, well, I could get a job in business anywhere. So if my teen self was in front of me, I would say, find your passion and find something that you think that you really love doing right now as a kid. Because surprisingly, that translates into and can translate into what you do in your future in a career. And if you find that passion now, I tell them this all the time because in banking, I made a really good salary. And I took quite a pay cut when I left banking to come into work as a bookkeeper in a school office. And I was never happier being in that school building than I was versus the banking world, money or no money. And so I try to tell the kids and share that knowledge with them.
Okay. Miss Allyson Dees, what advice would you give your teen self from when you served as a CDC?
I guess my biggest thing is I didn't take advantage of the CTE courses at my high school, and we were a small school, so we didn't have a lot of options either. But I did, luckily, I will say that I was fortunate that my counselor was my mother. So I guess she led me down a path to education, but she did kind of let me figure out which side of education. Because my first job was driving a school bus, like a high school student. I'm really telling my age. And so I thought I wanted to be an elementary teacher. That quickly changed after you drive an elementary bus. But I look back and think I should have taken more exploratory. My senior year, my favorite class was my accounting class. And that's what got me thinking about education differently, because typically you're either going to be a elementary or a high school, but you're going to be an academic. And that started making me think about it a little different. So my thing would be to take advantage of exploring the options. Back when I was in school, we didn't chase GPAs. We just took the standard course of study. And so sometimes, like Pam said, if you find your passion, I always tell my children, if you find your passion, you will not work a day in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing goes for when I was in high school. Had I been able to find more of that, I would have seen quicker and earlier. So.
Okay. So Amy, I'm going to ask you, what is your most memorable or successful moment in CTE? And this can be from when you were a student, from when you were a teacher, an advisor in a club, or a leader.
My most memorable is always with my kids. Like when I did FBLA, I loved working with those kids. It was so much fun. We had so many good experiences. We had so many good times. But to see them, we'd go out to eat or we go do something, and to see them use the skills, just the simple basic skills of tipping, being courteous, their communication skills, using those skills out when we were going somewhere, doing things, whether it be national conference or just be going to dinner, seeing them using those skills and utilizing them and not realizing they learned those skills and they were doing such a good job with what we were teaching them. And I was very proud, to be honest with you, of those kids. But we had some good times, laughing, joking, got us themselves in some predicaments at times. I'm not going to lie, but we had a good time doing it. So they always taught me a lot of things, and I taught them things, but they taught me so much about what what I wanted to do, what I wanted to work with those kids.
Okay. I'm going to open it up. Would anybody else like to offer an answer to that, or no? Well, I want to share for a minute. So when I was actually in middle school, I was pretty shy, which I know y'all probably don't believe. But I had a business FBLA advisor that kind of believed in me, and she took me under her wing. And so she had me compete at the regional and state level, and I actually placed in first place when I was in 8th grade and went on that stage. And I think the confidence I gained from FBLA changed my whole identity almost when I went to high school. Like, I became more confident and more outgoing, and I think it really impacted me throughout my whole life. So, and I still keep in contact with that FBLA advisor from middle school, and she actually moved up later on when I was at high school and became my teacher and advisor there as well. So, let's see, I'm gonna go to Pam. Favorite game or sport to watch and play?
Oh yeah, it's the National Women's Soccer Team. My daughter's really into soccer. I played soccer in college, played my life, and we could watch that all day long.
Okay. Karen?
It would be watching volleyball, specifically my daughter play. But that takes up a lot of my time. I play, my husband plays, my daughter plays, all over the place. So that is what I like to watch, and I like watching the college teams play as well.
Okay. So, Miss Crystal Bailey, what is your favorite thing about your career?
Well, my favorite thing is working with this group of people that we have here on this Zoom meeting. I mean, it's true, because I just feel like we are such a family. And I mean, like Allyson and I have been together since Croatan when I was there and she came there, and going on these, like, we both were FBLA advisors, and going on those trips together. I mean, we just really bonded, and we had fun with the kids, and it's just amazing to see all those children out there that some of them have never been to a hotel, and just being part of helping those students learn how to navigate in the real world and giving them the confidence that they need. It was just, to me, that's what it's all about.
So this will be my last question to Miss Allyson Dees, and it's the same question. What is your favorite thing about your career?
My favorite thing is always the students. I loved when I was an advisor. In fact, actually, Crystal and I were advisors together. We've been to nationals. We competed against Amy as an FBLA advisor. Seeing that, just like you just described yourself, I can remember my first state officer. I still keep in touch with Andy, and she was shy. Her whole neck would turn red, and I asked her to run for state office, and we would practice during class time. I would call out questions to kind of give her a fishbowl type experience, because I knew that's what they were going to do on stage. But taking them to all those trips, seeing them, even this morning, getting an email from one of you that talks about a student who has a passion and has some little hurdles that we need to help them get through so they can get to their dream. And I think that's what makes this group so special, and CTE so special, is that we see the big picture. We see that sometimes children may not be strong in other areas of education, but they found their niche or their passion. And if they find that, then they will be successful, because success is not measured by the score you got in a class. It's measured by the what you feel inside. And so I continue to look for ways to support students and support you guys and the teachers. And so that is why I love what I do.
So before we close out our meeting, is there anything anybody else would like to say to our audience? No?
CTE is the hot topic.
Yes. So I think we would all say we have an open door policy, and we are here all year and in the future. If you need to come to any one of us and talk to us about career planning, secondary school, anything.
And we all have very good updated websites for reference. So take advantage of the sites that we have up on each school's website, and we have a county site as well. I would like to say that we have a county site that also will have a job board for our students. So we like to also help them with their summer employment, after school employment. I had a student sent me a thank you note this summer. He got offered a full-time job. He had graduated. He got offered a full-time job in the internship he had as a senior in high school. So we do those kind of things for the children as well. So
Yes, it does, you know, when I go, like my doctor, the CA, I think she is a CA that comes out, you know, and checks your blood pressure and puts you and all that. She was one of my co-op students at East Carteret.
oh, cool.
And it's just cool to go around and see the students that you've helped in CTE and see them actually pursuing something in their pathway that they chose.
All right. Well, that's it for our team, and we look forward to working with you this year. Thank you.